The next thing we're going to work on is our open shelving in the corner here. So you'll start by adjusting your section box in your 3D view so you can get close to where you want. Lots of times you might have an appliance or a cabinet that's in the way of getting a clear view. So for example, I want to get this front wall, and if I click on it, that tall cabinet's in the way of being able to easily draw on this back wall. So if I hide in view element, it's just going to take that out so I can clearly see. Then when it's time to bring it back, you'll just use your light bulb icon down here, and you can right click on anything that's red and unhide in view for it to show again. So now that I have this clean and I can see to the wall, I'm going to come to my architecture, model in place component. This will be Casework again. And I believe I have more than one open shelving written in here, so I'm just going to add a 3. Again, it's going to ask us which surface are we, well, let's start with, we're going to choose the solid extrusion again. And then it's going to ask us which surface before we can start drawing. So we're going to choose set work plane, pick a plane, and I'm going to choose the back wall. And now I can start to draw. So I'm going to come in here and I've got my backsplash. So I can come and draw the length of this wall. So let's do it 2.5 feet. And then 2 inches thick for the shelf. Come back and make it a solid shape. Over here, my extrusion, I want that to be 1 foot to come out from the wall because that's a typical depth for upper cabinets. Now with something like a shelf, so now it's a freestanding object, I can copy this or choose this and then copy it and use that so that everything's exactly the same shape and size without having to draw it. So now I'll have 3 shelves here that'll come out a foot. I will go ahead and click the first finish edit mode, says that it's worked. And now I can choose my category. Now for materials, when you are working in a model in place option, you will need, lots of times you'll need to add a material into this. So it's only pulling in the materials that are in this model and not everything you have in the project. So to do that, when you're in this option, you're going to come to Manage, Materials, and you'll add it in here. Sometimes you will have it in here and sometimes you don't. So if it's not showing as an option, then you can come in and use this. So let's we'll choose an existing wood for now. And we'll do a glossy maple. Move that up. Make sure I use render appearances to clicked on and hit OK. So then now when I choose it, I'm going to come over here to materials where it says by category and click the 3-dot button, and I can choose that maple glossy and hit OK. You can see that it's going to change it here. And then I will click the final finish model to pull that in, and you'll see that that's showing. So now when I rotate out, you can see that I have it on this side and I just need to add counters on the other side. So I'm going to choose the right surface, so I see here. And now I'm actually going to, I want that cabinet to come back in. I have noticed that it will hide, it hides some of your icons the first time, sometimes. If it does that, if you'll just go back to your 3D view again, it will pull up all of them. So I can reveal the hidden elements. And let's adjust it so I can get to my cabinet and hit OK, and then go back to that right side view. Okay, so that lets me see where my cabinet is, and I can also see where each of these start and stop to draw my next ones. So again, we're going to come back and Model in Place, Casework, and this is why I have lots of open shelving. You could call it 4, I could call it 3.2, whatever works as it goes through. It just has to have a unique name. Again, we're going to do the solid extrusion. I'm going to pick a plane, and then I can start drawing. And so for this, I'm just going to pull it over close to that one and make sure that it's, so 1'6" gets right at it. So let's do 1'4". Undo my last line because I clicked it too soon. Okay, so again, I'm going to draw a full rectangle. And again, I will be able to copy this. And I can choose this top corner and match it up with the top corner of the existing one on each of these. I'm going to do the first check, come and change my material to glossy maple, and then do my final check as it goes through. And now you can see that you have your floating shelves.